at Friedman's Appliance in Pleasant Hill, or at Friedman'sAppliance.com. Is your old bulk tank water heater dying? That's a good thing, because now you have the perfect excuse to get that Navien tankless water heater. Hot water as much as you need, only when you need it. Your old tank hot water heater kept pouring your money into its sun. A Navien only heats water when you need it heated. Rest of the time, you're just put new life into your hot water. Visit tanklessmadesimple.com today and check out Navien's strong warranty too. Water, heat it only when you need it with Navien.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Coming up on KCBS.
I'm Alice Wirtz. Have attitudes shifted on the issue of immigration over history? A new study using AI has revealed the results.
At 11:45, here's your sports line with Kevin Radich.
The big story of the day, Brittany Griner, WNBA star, convicted in a Russian court, sentenced to 9 years in prison for bringing cannabis oil into that country. The U.S. now hopes to bring her home via a prisoner swap. The Dodgers over the Giants 5-3 to sweep that 4-game series. Mookie Betts, the big blow, a 3-run home run off John Brebbia in the 4th. Brebbia came on in relief of Jacob Junis. Number 25 for Betts made it 4-2. Turner homered off Marte in the 7th, his 18th. The Giants scored a run in the 9th off Kimbrel, but not enough. The Giants swept by the Dodgers in a 4-game series in San Francisco for the first time since July 1st through the 4th of 1977. And the A's win in Anaheim 8-7 to 7 solo. Ohtani had 2 homers. He has 24 on the year. Scored 6 runs in the 3rd. Back-to-back run double. Seth Brown, a 2-run home run, his 16th. Laureano came back with a 2-run shot in the 4th. His 12th. Puck came on with 2 outs in the 9th. A runner on and got Ohtani to pop out to end the game. Crazy. At the sports desk, Kevin Radich, KCBS.
Don't furniture of your dreams coming today during Court Furniture Outlet's huge 50th anniversary sale, and discover why Court Furniture has been the secret destination for home stagers, designers, and savvy business professionals for 50 years. Court Furniture prices are always super low because they lease homes, movies, and television by home stagers and corporate offices. And when the furniture comes back, they sell it for pennies on the dollar. Now save even more on the leased furniture and decor for the home or office. All on sale during Court's huge 50th anniversary sale. Plus mention promo code ANNIVERSARY and receive an additional $50 off your purchase of $250 or more. Let Court's friendly furniture consultants help you find everything you need. Work in comfort and style, with locations in San Francisco on Sutter and Van Ness, and Cupertino on Stevens Creek Boulevard. Check them out on Yelp or go to CourtFurnitureOutlet.com. That's CORTFurnitureOutlet.com.
It's 11:48 at KCBS. Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 8s. What are you following now, Frank?
Following a new problem in San Lorenzo, northbound 238, just before the 880 split. We have a hit-and-run crash. The victim of that hit-and-run crash, it's on the right-hand shoulder, so no lanes are blocked, but it is out there and will be a bit of a visual hazard. Again, that's northbound 238, just before the 880 split. We are looking at a slow of San Francisco, and that is because of road work. We're looking at slow going eastbound 80. The now begins right at 4th Street on the Skyway, and that is going to continue sluggish all the way through the construction cones out to the Yerba Buena exit, and we're still seeing under the limit traffic on the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge. That is because of road work. We have the 2 right lanes coned off for that road work on the eastbound 580 from just past San Quentin almost all the way across the span, and that's parameters of where we're seeing traffic under the limit in the lanes still left open. Your next update at 11:58 on the traffic leader KCBS.
82 in Redwood City, 80 in Santa Rosa, 85 in San Jose, Bayside City, 74 in Oakland, and 75 in Millbrae and Burlingame tomorrow, 67 in San Francisco. Traffic and weather together on the 8s on KCBS.
I used to get frequent heartburn at night, so I made Prilosec OTC part of my morning routine.
With just one pill, Prilosec OTC prevents excess acid production, blocking heartburn all day and night. It's possible while taking Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
Some knowledge belongs to us, and others. The way our girlfriends walk, the way they talk, the way they touch their hair. We hope details that only a sister can know about her girl. But what about our other girls? The ones that we carry with us every day. Can you describe them when everything's right? Can we feel when something's wrong? Our heart with our sister girls is light. But knowing your breath can save it. Go to knowyourgirls.org for the facts you need on breast health. That's knowyourgirls.org. Brought to you by Susan G. Coleman and the Ad Council.
KCBS News Time, 11:51. I'm John Evans. Pixie Clay is at the editor's desk tonight and doing a terrific job. A Southern California city may declare itself a sanctuary for life, an abortion-free zone. KCBS's Melissa Colross says the move would be.
The San Clemente City Council is expected to take up a resolution in a couple of weeks that says every stage of life, which the council believes begins at conception, will be protected and defended. But that protection is unlikely to be enforced, according to KCBS political analyst and San Jose State University professor emeritus Larry Gersten.
Cities in California fall under the jurisdiction of the state. The state allows cities to do ABC. California, as one of the nation's leading pro-choice states, the last thing would they any city to have that kind of authority.
Polling, meanwhile, shows a majority of Americans support. If passed, the resolution would declare San Clemente to be a sanctuary for life. Melissa Colross, KCBS.
Berkeley canceled a special meeting to decide whether to suspend the ban on the use of tear gas, smoke, and pepper spray by law enforcement. If approved, the suspension would have lasted for the duration of the City Council's summer recess. Construction is about to begin at People's Park on a student housing high-rise. Work had to be stopped this week when a protest broke out at the park, which is now a homeless camp. And as prices to a 4-decade high, some Americans have turned to growing their own food. CBS News correspondent Janet Shamlian from Austin, Texas.
When Beth Brown needs groceries, she often does her shopping in her own backyard.
What do you think you're saving on groceries? Every month, probably $400.
And it is like a well-stocked produce section. Among what's growing, lettuce, squash, tomatoes, and cantaloupe. A nurse and single mom of 2 boys says she's trying to save everywhere she can as prices skyrocket. The average U.S. household in June spent $51 more on groceries than a year ago.
The prices in food have really gone up just everywhere, and so I have been growing a lot more vegetables to kind of keep up with that.
Bartholomew Sparrow is a professor at the University of Texas.
Americans used to spend under 10% of their budget on food. This compares to maybe 15 to 20% or more in the rest of the world. Now the United States is up to 12%.
Brown knows price hikes are sending people to their backyard. She runs a Central Texas Vegetable Gardeners Facebook group.
What have you seen this year as inflation's been rising in terms of your membership? It's grown significantly, yeah. I think we're close to 20,000 members now.
The Texas woman says, as many home gardeners know, the food she grows also tastes better than store-bought. Amid rising prices, digging up new ways to save some green. Janet Shamlian, CBS News, Austin.
It's 11:55, and here's your Money Watch update with Larry Cost.
You knew this was coming after Equifax this week said it reported incorrect scores on millions of consumers applying for loans this spring. Class action suit filed by a Florida woman says an Equifax error raised her car payment by $150 a month. Beyond Meat is trimming the fat. The maker of plant-based burgers cutting its workforce by about 4% and slashing its sales outlook. It's a sign that interest in its products is fading amid increased competition and high inflation. It's another sign of things returning to normal following the pandemic. Clorox says demand for its disinfectants and other cleaning supplies is back to pre-pandemic levels as we do less COVID-related cleaning. Bulls and Bears fought almost to a draw on Wall Street, leaving stocks mixed lower. Dow Industrials dropped 86, the S&P slipped 3, the Nasdaq rose 52. Larry Kofsky, Lombard Business for KCBS.
Guys, I'll never forget the first time I saw somebody get results at our clinic. He was an 81-year-old man who hadn't been intimate with his wife in over 8 years. Viagra had stopped working for him, and he was desperate for help. After several treatments, he walked into my office and told me he couldn't believe the results. Needless to say, this was a very happy man. This man made me a believer in what we do. He had taken pills for years, but he had never fixed the problem. When he came to us, we fixed the problem. Our treatment does what no pill can do. And right now, we're offering a free treatment just for coming in. That's right. You can try this treatment at no cost. If you suffer from ED or Peyronie's disease, give West Coast Men's Health a call today.
With clinics in San Mateo and Sacramento, call 650-407-1168. That's 650-407-1168. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com. HSA cards welcome and financing available.
My dad ran a few neighborhood markets, but he taught me more about being a lawyer than any professor I had in law school. We talked about him in our meeting with the legal team. Dad told me that I would be successful if I ran my law practice in the same way that he ran his neighborhood markets. My grandfather told my father, treat every single case like it is the only case you have. That is the amount of dedication it should get. That is the amount of attention it should receive. When something bad happens to you, we want to make it right. We will stand in front of a judge and jury for you. We will explain to the court why you deserve some help. Habas Law is here to make sure you get that help. Financial help. Maybe you were driving your car, or maybe you were at work, or maybe you were just walking down the sidewalk when something. Call us and tell us what happened. I'm Omar Habas, and I want to be your advocate. We have an office for you. Visit habaslaw.com. HABASlaw.com.
Fremont Bank. If there's one thing we understand more than anybody, it's that it takes a local bank to really get the needs of local businesses. Ability and motivation to service your business loan needs like other banks can't or won't. With our full suite of business loan products and recognition as a top SBA lender in the Bay Area, Fremont Bank is the right choice for local and family-owned businesses. Fremont Bank. Learn more at fremontbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
KCBS News Time 11:58. Checking traffic with Frank Munich.
Well, we are checking problem in San Jose. This is stall, actual debris. A tire blocking the third lane from the left on northbound 880 just before Montague Expressway. So cars are dodging out of that lane on short notice to try and avoid that. The rest really is road work, and we have it on the Sunol grade between Pleasanton and Sunol. Southbound 680 between Burnell Avenue and Sunol Boulevard. We have the two right lanes closed until 4 tomorrow morning. And Altamont Pass, eastbound and westbound 580 at Grantline Road. Road work currently in the third lane. See your next update at 12:08 on the Traffic Leader KCBS.
Bay Area weather with fog and low clouds at the coast overnight and through most of the day tomorrow. Around the bay and inland, we'll see clouds clear by late morning. Overcast should burn off rather quickly. 60s to the mid-80s tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, and low 90s by Monday. Traffic and weather together on the 8th on KCBS. It's Thursday, August 4th, 2022, coming up on the Friday Morning News Watch with Lisa Clancy.
I'm Megan Goldsby in Berkeley, where a lab that had been focused on testing samples is now tackling monkeypox. trucks and cutting testing turnaround time in half.
I'm Holly Kwan. A medical mystery solved in Napa County facing an outbreak of Legionnaire's disease.
And the U.S. is working to bring home Brittany Griner after Russia sentenced her to 9 years in prison. CBS News.
When you need to know, KCBS AM, KFRC FM, and HD1, San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose, and Odyssey Station.
CBS's Ramy Inocencio says Chinese military exercises near Taiwan aren't having much of an effect on the Taiwanese.
On the island, it was life as normal. Its people numb to China's threats over the past 7 decades. Everyone needs to live a stable life, and the people need freedom. This was just day 1 in China's live fire drills, with more expected through Sunday, in what many believe is China's trial run to eventually capture Taiwan.
WNBA star Brittany Griner sentenced to 9 years in a Russian prison on Thursday. CBS's Natalie Brand.
Her month-long Russian trial came to an end Thursday morning, shortly after the 2-time Olympic champion delivered an apology.
I never meant to put in jeopardy the Russian population. I never meant to break any law.
Griner's lawyers argued the Phoenix Mercury Center brought vape cartridges with cannabis oil by mistake when she flew to Moscow in February to play basketball in Russia during the off-season.
The Labor Department will release its July jobs report in a few hours. Bankrate's Mark Hamrick says there are a lot of vacancies in this country. Even with the rising tide of layoffs, many employers have continued to struggle to find workers to fill their open positions. There were 10.7 million job openings at the end of June. That compares to 5.9 million unemployed persons that month. Several people have died after a speeding car ran a red light and plowed into cars at a crowded intersection Thursday just outside Los Angeles. The California Highway Patrol's Franco Pepe.
At least 50 to 60 miles an hour and or higher.
Far-right conspiracy theorist Alex Jones has been ordered to pay more than $4 million to the parents of a 6-year-old victim of the 2012 Sandy Hook Elementary School massacre. Next up, the jury will consider punitive damages, which could be much higher. Jurors in the trial of the accused Parkland shooter took a field trip to the crime scene Thursday. WFOR-TV's Ted Scott.
They were driven there by BSO, but they did have rules to follow while they were inside. They were able to move freely around each floor. However, if a door was closed, it was a pertinence they needed to know, and they could not go into those rooms.
The prosecution in the case has now arrested. At least 13 people have been killed in a fast-moving fire early this morning at a crowded music pub in eastern Thailand. More than 3 dozen people were injured. This is CBS News.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Visit libertymutual.com to learn more.
Yeah, I'm so stressed. Our business is growing. We've got people all over now. What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending Uma and their all-in-one phone, video, and collaboration solution.
Uma?
Yep, switching to Uma is a cinch. Just $24.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees. Now you're... That's OOMA.com to learn more. Uma, smart communications for the smarter business. They say to never mess with the classics, but Panera did just that and more with our new Chef's Chicken Sandwiches. By using pan-seared chicken, our secret garlic aioli recipe, Parmesan crisps, and pickle chips, all on a buttery brioche roll. Because if no one messed with the classics, you'd never have a chicken sandwich this good. New Chef's Chicken Sandwiches from Panera. Only $1 delivery fee when you order on our app. Restrictions apply. For details, visit PaneraBread.com/delivery info.
Beyond Meat has announced layoffs.
Beyond Meat is not beyond the economic pressures of the day. After lower second quarter earnings, the plant-based meat maker said it's laying off 4% of its workforce. President and CEO Ethan Brown said customers dealing with food price inflation traded down to cheaper store brands of plant-based meat products, or they bought